Hi guys, it's Coach Hannah. So I hope all of you are doing well. So today we're gonna try something new, and I would be lying if I said I don't really know how this is gonna turn out, but we are gonna try some vault stuff. Obviously, it's a little bit easier to practice our floor stuff because that's like our handstands or cartwheel stuff that we can do at home. That's a little bit easier. Our beam stuff, that's kind of easy too. It's kind of the same concept, just kind of confining it to one little area. Today we're gonna try some vault drills, I guess you could say. So like a lot of our like heel drives, our handstand positions, that kind of stuff, our arm circles. So we're gonna see how this goes. You never know. So just hang in with me. We're gonna start off with a little bit of a warm up, a stretch, kind of just making sure everything's warmed up and moving so we don't hurt anything, and then we'll hop right into it. So let's see how it goes. So first thing we're gonna do is I want everybody to start with just some jumping jacks. So making sure those arms are getting all the way up. I'm gonna put my hair up or else it's gonna bug me. All right, let's do some jumping jacks. Getting those arms all the way up. Good. Okay, we're gonna move on to our high knees. Remember, when we do our high knees, our knees need to get high. We don't want to bring them all the way like down here. You probably can't see that because of the TV. To like here, we want to get them all the way up there. If we're getting them all the way up, we're gonna get our body moving a little bit more than if we're just like a half jog. So let's do some high knees real quick. Good. Okay, we're gonna do like the reverse of that. We're gonna do our booty kickers. So kicking our legs up behind us, making sure our feet getting all the way up to our hips, not just half kicking. So let's do a couple of those. Good. We're gonna circle those arms. So let's do big arm circles backwards. And stop them up top. Let's go forwards. Out to the side, go side to side. Good. Now put your hips or your legs a little bit wider than hip width apart and reach down to one side. Good. Up slowly and reach down to the other side. Good. Up to the middle. Fold yourself down towards the middle. Good. Okay, hop down to the ground. Put those legs out in front of you. Point those toes. Squeeze those legs together, and let's fold into our pike stretch. Good. Make a big straddle. Put your arms up. Tuck one underneath, and reach to one side. Good. Reach the middle, tuck your other arm under, and go to one side. Good. Up towards the middle again, and reach down towards the middle. Awesome. Fold those feet into your butterfly. Push those knees down if you can, and fold yourself forward. Good. We're gonna do those wrists and ankles, so hop on those knees. You're gonna flip your wrists around so your fingers are facing your knees on the palm of your hands and rock back and forth. And flip those wrists over so you're on the top of your hands. Good. Hands out to the side and go side to side and rock back and forth. Awesome. All right, go down to the ground, cross one leg over, and let's roll out our ankles. Put your ankles, roll out the other one. And we're gonna go into our seal stretch. So put those legs out behind you, push your stomach towards the ground, and look up towards the sky. Awesome. Push your booty back, and we're gonna go into our cat stretch. Alright, so as we know for our vault, whether you're level 2 or you're level 3, our vaults consist of either doing a handstand flat back or front handspring. So our first part of that is obviously our run, which is a little bit hard to do inside, so we're not going to worry about that. If you guys are wanting to work about that, you can always go outside, take a run. If you have a treadmill, take a run, whatever you want. Something, if that is something that interests you. Next thing that comes up after your run is your jump onto the springboard. Something that's really important about our jump onto the springboard is we jump from our lunge-ish position to 2 feet. So you don't jump twice on the springboard, you don't jump on 1 foot on the springboard, you only jump once on the springboard with 2 feet. So, how we're gonna work this is just kind of a couple mock jumps on a springboard. So, give yourself some space. When you're running super fast, using those legs, you're going to hurdle and jump onto a springboard like that. Some of you that I know I've talked to you about it because I don't let you get by with this very often, is you'll step on the springboard with 1 foot, jump on it twice, you'll jump on 1 foot and try and launch yourself up that way. Remember, that doesn't work. If you're doing a higher skill, you have to jump once with 2 feet to get the most power. So, if you need to kind of mark out an area for you to think about it a little bit more, I over here have a yoga mat, so that can kind of be my springboard here. So before you go into your springboard, you run, you hurdle, you arm circle. We'll get to the arm circle later, don't worry about it. And you jump once and jump off onto whatever. You need a straight jump, handstand, flat back, whatever. So, something I want you guys to remember, like I said, that arm circle. When you're doing that arm circle, it should be while you're hurdling, as you're bringing this knee up here. I'll turn around. As you're bringing this knee up, you should be bringing your arms up. And as it's coming back down, so should your arms. What I want you to think about is when you're on the springboard, your arms should be down. So that when you're reaching for the table or the mat or whatever, you can reach here towards that table. So let's think about that. So you want to hurdle, jump, up, jump off, that kind of thing. So, it can be a little confusing, so we're going to slow down a little bit, and then we'll speed it up. So, bring that good leg, it'll be your good leg, bring it up, bring your arms up with it, jump to the springboard with your arms down. You need to grab your legs to remind yourself, and then jump off with your arms by your ears. Let's do that slow one more time. Bring your leg up with your arms, circle them around. Once you're on the springboard, or whatever you're using to kind of mock it, arms are down, jump to your hands at the top. Now let's speed it up a little bit. Bring it up, bring it down, and jump. Let's do 3 of those. One more. Bring it up, bring it down, bring it up together. Awesome. Now let's speed it up a little bit more. We know we're not going that slow on the spring table, or the springboard to the table, or we'd probably face plant, it wouldn't feel too good. So let's speed it up a little bit. So bring it around. Let's do 3 more of those. And 1 more. Awesome. So, as you guys probably know, once we get off of that springboard, what we do next as we go, whether we're doing our handstand flat back or front handspring, we go into a handstand. But obviously it's a little bit harder than just doing it on the ground because there's a little bit of an elevation. So something that takes is a heel drive. Our heel drive is when we kick those legs super, super hard. I know all of you guys have probably done this drill with me because I love it. It's my favorite drill for vault. When you're hugging the side of the vault and you're kicking your feet up as high as you can go. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult when you're at home. So if you have like a couch you can do it on, a yoga ball you can do it on, but you can also just do it on the ground. I'll show you guys that. So you just lay on your stomach, arms at the side, arms up, and you're just gonna kick your feet. When you're doing this, you want to try and squeeze your back muscles. Squeezing your back muscles is going to activate that kick with your legs. Obviously, you'd have a little bit more of a momentum if you're actually doing a vault from that swing of your legs and the springboard. But if you think about squeezing your lower back muscles, it's going to activate that kick a little bit quicker. So let's do 12 of those. So lay down on the ground and kick, kick. Good. So, obviously that's a little bit of a less large scale of what you would actually do in a vault. When you want to actually do your vault, you gotta get yourself all the way over. So it's a little bit of a less scale, but if you think about doing that same thing on your vault table, the moment you jump off that springboard, you gotta kick those legs, kick them. You'll have a really good heel drive, and it'll work really well for you in that vault. Now, obviously, once you do that heel drive, you do your springboard and everything, you go into that handstand, no matter what you're doing, handstand, flat back, or front handspring. So, we're just going to practice some handstands. When we do our handsprings or our handstands on vault, it's really important. I know I always talk about on floor, you got to stay squeezed, but it's really important that you stay squeezed on vault, especially for my level 3s doing those front handsprings. Why? Because if you land loose, that's how you learn, like that. Whoa. If you land loose, that's how you hurt your lower back, your knees, everything else. So get in the habit now of staying super tight and squeezed so you don't have to worry about it later. So let's practice a couple of those handstands. So obviously it's a little bit different. We're not going from a lunge into our handstands for our vault. So what I want you to try and do, it doesn't matter if you get all the way into a handstand or not, you're going to jump from 2 feet. So put your hands here and try and jump your feet up. Okay, so obviously, as you can tell, it's going to be a little bit harder to get all the way in that handstand, but something I want you to think about is the second you jump off those legs, it's going to be a little bit hard, but what you can do is you want to snap. If you're watching my handstands there, you can tell that the second I come off the ground, it's a little slow, not really getting anywhere, but then if you snap by using those lower back muscles, you're going to get yourself a little bit higher each time. So, let's try like 5 of those. So, feet together, jump, and snap. So, as you're probably watching them doing them, they feel awkward. And that's okay, it makes sense, right? It's a very awkward position to do on the ground when you're not actually doing it on a table. But if you think about it, and you're in that handstand on that table, and you just came off the springboard and you're like here, your hands hit, you're in a little bit of a slower position. If you use those back muscles and you kick here, that combined, obviously if you do it just now, like you're doing it on a springboard, you come here, kick, and probably come down. But good thing for us, we have a run, we have springboard, we have momentum. So if you squeeze that lower back, add that kick, that is going to get you over the table. And that's what we want. Obviously, it's a little less important for the handstand flat back because you're just, but for our front hamstrings, and when we start working those, the second you can figure out that squeeze here and kick is when you'll get that really good handstand. So, something that's also less important for our handstand flat backs, but more important for those front handsprings, is a block out of our shoulders. So what that means is when our hands hit the table, push the table away. And pushing the table away does not mean bending our arms and pushing them away, as many of my level 3s are very familiar with me getting mad at them for. So, if you're level 2 and you're watching this, make sure you're focused on this now, so if you come to my level 3 class, you don't have to hear about it. So, how we practice this is a handstand hop. They're a little hard, they're a little confusing. Something that's really important to remember is have space for this. I have a decent amount of space here, but I also know how to keep my body tight. If you guys are worried about maybe kicking something, knocking something over, maybe don't do these. I don't want to be responsible for you breaking something at home, okay? So when we do our handstand hop, you circle your arms like you're going in for a vault, handstand, and you try and push your shoulders and hop yourself off the ground. It sounds pretty self-explanatory. Try a couple, you'll realize it's not as easy as it sounds. So we're going to try a couple of those. Something that's easy to remember to kind of get yourself in the position is when you do it, come at a lower angle. It's easier to start here and hop yourself than be here and hop yourself. I'll explain that in a little bit. So don't try and get all the way into handstand and then hop. It's not going to work. It might work, but you might crash also. So come at it at a lower angle, hop, and try that a couple times. Something that's important is we want to get in the habit of doing the arm circle. So you want to circle those arms down and hop. Let's do 4 of those. So circle those arms. Let's do one more for the fun of it. Okay, something if you watched mine, you probably noticed what you don't want to do is you don't want to bend those arms. You don't want to get in the habit of that, because if you get in the habit of that and you go on a vault table, try and block with bent arms, you'll probably make it over, but it probably won't be the prettiest. And we want pretty gymnastics, don't we? And like I was saying, when you want to come in your ankle like this and hop, there's a reason for that. Because if you're coming in on a vault table and you're coming in like this, getting over is going to be really hard, because if you come into the table and you make contact at the table like this, all your power goes directly into the table, and then you have no power left, and then what are you going to do? So, when you're doing a front handspring, handstand flat back, you want to try and come in at like the 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit higher. I don't know, this isn't math class. You want to come in at your angle so you can block off a lot easier. It's going to give you a little bit more of that momentum, and coming off here will allow you to go. You're going to spring off the table a lot easier. That's why in our handstand hops, coming in here gives you that ability to hop off those hands. Makes sense, yeah? So, that's all I got for you guys. It's only a couple of things, I know, but doing vault at home is hard. So if you want to do this a couple times, go for a run a little bit. I also just challenge you to get outside. It's been super nice out. I mean, I did have to come inside to film this video because it started raining on me, so I didn't appreciate that. But try and get outside. It's super nice out. Get that vitamin C. And I hope you guys are doing super well. I know I'll get to see you guys soon in the gym, but I'm missing you all a lot. And I hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy. Bye.